Hi, welcome back. This is Donna with ABC Cake Decorating Supplies. Ready for lesson 2? We are going to take our chocolate from our basic class that we learned how to melt. I have it on my heating plate, which is super nice. And remember when we had just those few chips that weren't melted? Look at this now. I'll tell you, one of the things chocolate likes is for you to stir it. And then look at here, there are no lumpy chocolates here. Just nice, creamy, smooth chocolate. To make our thank you chocolate discs, what we need is our chocolate mold, $1.99, cheap. Chocolate, it's like $4.49 for a pound, and it will go very far. What's kind of cool is some chocolate molds will tell you how many pieces you can get per pound. Some of them don't. So can't help you with that a lot other than I take notes. So if I'm making like 1,000 of these, I find it takes about 3 pounds of chocolate. Okay. Parchment paper, so we have a place to rest our spoons on. Then our flavor, because we want to do mint. So I like the cool cream to mint, because it's not quite as harsh as a peppermint if somebody's just putting them in their mouth, because I find that people will eat 4 or 5 of these versus 1 or 2 peppermints because they taste so much better. Then to get this lovely silver, we are using an edible spray paint. These things are wonderful. Oh my gosh, if you don't have an airbrush, this is a poor man's airbrush. And they're so easy to do, and it's propelled and it has vanilla in it. Tastes great. First thing I want to do is color my chocolate gray, this color. And the reason is because then the silver takes and you get a prettier silver on there. To get the gray, it's not going to take a lot of black. In fact, you'll see it's going to take just a little bit. So I've got my chocolate and my white. Now watch when I mix this. See how it's getting that pretty gray color? I'm going to mix this up. Now, if you wanted it marble, you could stop right here and make marble coins. However, you can't spray them silver because if you did, you'd lose all your marbling. We're mixing our gray. Want to make sure the color is nice and incorporated. Now, these are oil-based flavors. It doesn't take very much. They're highly concentrated. In fact, they use about 1/3 to 1/4 of what you would normally use. What I recommend with these is you can get the little eyedroppers. If you could smell this, it smells delicious. But I only put like 1 or 2 drops in this, and that's probably a cup worth of chocolate. Just a few little drops is all you need. Then we're going to stir it. So now we just took our vanilla chocolate and we flavored it cream to mint. Whenever I'm dealing with really small articles like this, they have the squeeze bottles you could pour it into and squeeze. But I don't like those because now that's something I'm going to have to clean. I love to use the disposable piping bags. Don't need a tip, don't need anything. You don't need to oil these. There's no special treatments to these. In fact, when I'm done with these, all I do is put them in some hot, soapy, mild soapy water. Rinse them off real good, and then just let them air dry. Do not put them in your dishwasher. You'll end up with something that's, I'm not sure what it is. I took a glass and I put my, so it kind of reminds you of back in the olden days, how you used to fill the baby bottles with the formula. Then we're going to take our gray, pour it in here. Now, if for some reason your heating tray or your heating pad, it shuts off if it's automatic, or your chocolate starts to cool off, just simply take it, put it back in the microwave, about 15, 20 seconds, stir it, and it'll come back to life and you can still use it. So don't be afraid to reheat it if you need to. I've got my flavored and colored chocolate. So we colored our chocolate with just one little black chocolate disc. We used our oil-based flavoring in a disposable piping bag. Now I'm just going to cut, and now you just need to be careful when you do this because the chocolate's going to get very excited and want to just start wanting to be used. So I hold it up just a little bit. When you're using a chocolate mold, one of the things is you want to make sure that it's nice and clean and that there are no type of any little pieces of lint or anything on the inside because that is where your chocolate's going to be. You don't need to grease them, or there's no special prep to these other than just wash them with mild soapy water. Again, now we're just going to take, you want to fill it almost all the way to the top. You don't want to fill it all the way to the top because you don't want to start overfilling it. And if you do, I'll show you what you do in that case. So all we're doing is just coming around here. And if you're going to be making lots of these, again, you may want to buy more than just one chocolate mold. Just makes your life a little bit easier. But see how easy this is? And we're just going to go ahead and fill it up. Then there's one very special. This is probably, other than not having water or overcooking it when you're using a chocolate mold, the other more important thing would be tapping it. We want to tap it. And the reason why we want to tap it is we want to make sure all the air bubbles, these little designs that we have in here, the thank yous, if the chocolate doesn't go in all the way, you may have little air bubbles, and that'll make a difference between your presentation looking professional or just looking like you were in a hurry. So tap it. And if you're not sure you have all your air bubbles out, just pick it up and look underneath. And then when in doubt, just tap a little bit more. Some of the molds that we go through are going to be a little bit deeper, and they're going to be more important to make sure that you tap it enough. Then we're going to take it, we're going to put it in the refrigerator. Then we're going to wait about probably 3 or 5 minutes, and then we're going to take it out. These are so thin, I would not recommend putting them in the freezer because if you do something and forget, they could crack. Okay, let's see if they're ready. One of the things about chocolate is when it's ready, it'll come out. You should not have to force it at all. So let's see. See how they're just falling out? One of the things about chocolate is when it's cold, because it's the coolness, it contracts and it makes them come out. If you have a mold and you're there banging on it and banging on it and banging on it, the chocolate's telling you it's not ready to come out. And if you force it out, it will not come out as nice and shiny as these little coins do. One of the things about chocolate, to know the difference between somebody who knows what they're doing with chocolate and kind of a novice is how shiny the chocolate is. Now, if you're touching your chocolate because you're doing a chocolate piece or something, you may want to use gloves because the oil from your hands and things could leave fingerprints. Then we're going to take these and put them on here. And then our spray paint. Now I'll just spray a couple of them just so that you can get an idea. So you can see the difference between the ones that are sprayed and the ones that are not. So that just took plain white and black chocolate, we made it gray, we flavored it, and then we sprayed some color on it. And look at the difference between that. Now we're going to get into lesson 3, which is going to be our wedding potpourri, which I'm really excited about. You are going to be amazed at the things you can find in your pantry and make it delicious. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, if you have any questions or comments or ideas, please contact me, Donna at doublervideo.com. Thank you.